Right, 5 December 2024, and today I'm going to be giving you my evening update. So this is very interesting for me, and I'm sure for you also, the people that I've been talking to on a daily basis about the project in Victoria Falls. So if you're in the diaspora, you are aware of what we've been saying about the need to build. And the concept that we're talking about here is the concept of building on free land. And I'm very excited to say that we have indeed secured land. So more land than we expected has been secured. Today, we have gone out to look at a number of pieces of land. And I'm almost like a baby in a candy shop right now. So we have obtained so much land that was not being used, that is available for use. And now we're going through some form of due diligence. So if you are in the diaspora, I want you to understand what we're doing here. You are going to build your house, and you're going to build it without buying any land. So there is no one who's coming from the diaspora in Zimbabwe who's going to buy land in Victoria Falls. In all our projects, you are going to build your house without paying for land. So this is a promise that I'm making here, and it's not false, and it's not a fake promise, and it's not what you call when someone is telling you stories. This is not it. This is not stories. This is real. So if you're currently living in the UK, the United States, South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, and you're Zimbabwean, very soon your dreams are going to come true. And this is because Victoria Falls is one of the best places to invest. But most people in Zimbabwe were not aware that this is available, that this is possible. And what we've done today is obviously building on what I said yesterday. We have met a number of people, and there are many pieces of land around the airport. There are also many pieces of land out after the airport. There are also many pieces of land that are being sold. So that is, people are selling pieces of land. And so there are many, many options that are available. But as I said, we're going to start with the option where people are going to get free land to build. But the details will not be made available right now. It's not necessary for us to give the details. But if you are currently living in the UK, in the United States, in New Zealand, in Australia, and you're from the diaspora of Zimbabwe, we are going to give you land for free to build. And all you have to do is follow the rules. So you're going to follow the rules, you build, and it won't cost you an arm and a leg. We're going to give you the plan for the cottage. We're going to make sure that we assist you with the materials. So we'll put you in touch with the people that do the materials. These materials that I was showing you last week are easy to build. They're cheap to assemble, and there'll probably be 1 or 2 plans. And it's going to be a very beautiful complex that we're going to build. We're going to start with the pilot project, and all of you guys are going to see this thing coming into reality. So let me just start with one piece of land that we looked at today. So this is, for example, a piece of land in Victoria Falls. So this is what it looks like. So most of you have never seen what Victoria Falls looks like. So this piece of land, so most of the land in Victoria Falls looks like this. It's there is nothing on it, but it's already been divided into plots, and the plots range between, let's say, 1 hectare to the biggest piece of land that we looked at today was 20 hectares. So 20 hectares of land, which we looked at today. The smallest piece of land which we looked at was 1 hectare. And these pieces of land are properly registered with council. That is the Roads Council. And they're available for development. Many people have not been developing here. There is water. There's electricity. And as I said, we're going to divide this land. There's going to be a structure that is going to be formed behind the scenes. where if you are able to demonstrate that you are in the UK, you are in America, you are in Australia, you're in New Zealand, or you're in South Africa, and you've registered with us, you'll be able to be given a piece of land here as part of a homeowners association. So you'll be able to get land, you get the rules of what to do, and you can build your beautiful house. So when I'm talking of a beautiful house, I'm talking about the type of complex that I've been showing you guys starting last week. Your house will just basically be a complex like this, but behind it, we're going to have a cottage. So there's going to be cottages. That is what you're going to start building. A cottage, 2-bedroom cottage with 2 bathrooms. You can start renting it out immediately. And you'll be in a complex with amenities. So there's going to be a strip mall over there. There's going to be gyms. There's going to be lifestyle. All the things that you can imagine. And you're not going to be paying rent in your own country. So that is amazing. And this is all made possible through the cooperation that we have with different people behind the scenes, people that are working with us. I'm just showing you this picture because the materials that we're going to use, they look like this. So this is the MIBT that I'm showing you here. The MIBT does not use brick and mortar. It uses panels. So you just come and the panels come in a truck. They are put together, and within a short space of time, your house will be up. Normally between 10 and 20 days, your house will be up. It will be complete, and you'll no longer be living in a little flat in London that costs you 2/3 of your salary, and you'll be able to do a lot. We've got a lot of plans that we have around what you can do in these complexes. So I know that most of you cannot believe it. It's sounding too good to be true. And indeed, to people that are used to being taken advantage of, it sounds too good to be true. In Africa, having a home is a right. There is no person in Africa that is homeless. So let me repeat what I just said. Ever since you were born in your village, have you ever seen a homeless person in Africa? So homelessness is something that is not African. It's an African to be homeless. So there's no one in your village that is homeless. So even the worst, cheap, like poorest person in Africa is a home. That is because we've got a lot of land. However, we need to organize ourselves. And Victoria Falls is the place that we're going to do it. We're going to make sure that everyone that is outside the country that is struggling is going to get a home. But this is not going to be a non-profit activity. You're going to see a lot of profit, and a lot of you guys are going to make money because you're going to be able to rent out immediately. You'll be able to rent out the houses that you build here. So if you build your 2-bedroom cottage and you put in 2 bathrooms, you'll be able to rent it out immediately, and you'll be able to make money. And you're going to love Victoria Falls. Victoria Falls has got everything. It's got one of the best airports. It's got some of the best roads. So let me show you what the roads in Victoria Falls look like. So this is the road to Victoria Falls. This is from the airport. So this plot that I'm showing you right now, this one, is next to this road here. Do you see how beautiful this looks? You are going to have a house next to this road, and you're not going to have paid for the land. All you have to do is to find money to build your cottage, and the cost of the cottage is going to be less than $10,000. Just building a cottage with 2 bathrooms and with everything that you ever needed, a kitchen, or that beautiful cottage with some of the best architects. You are going to have that house right next to this road, and you are going to be 5 minutes from one of the best wonders of the world, which is the Victoria Falls. You cannot believe it. It's unbelievable. You're going to be 10 minutes from Zambia. You're going to be 20 minutes from the airport, like one of the best airports in the world. This is amazing. So do not miss out on this opportunity. I'm going to personally visit each and every one of my relatives that are in the diaspora, and I'm going to offer them this. The pilot project is going to have approximately 1,000 houses. So this is not big. 1,000 houses is not big, but we want to demonstrate what we want to do, which is to put in place between 100,000 and 1 million houses between Victoria Falls and Hwange. By the time we're finished, we should have reached Hwange, and we should be well on our way to work on a national high-speed rail. So remember, there is already a rail between Victoria Falls and Bulawayo. And all that place has got no investment. No one has been investing between Bulawayo and Victoria Falls. People have been investing in Harare. Harare is like a dump. No planning has taken place. We want to create something beautiful, and we want our tourists to come to Zimbabwe and stay for more than 30 days. So eventually, we want a tourist to come to Zimbabwe and stay for 30 days. That is what is happening in other countries. A tourist that comes into many countries, they spend $1,650. In Zimbabwe, a tourist that walks into Victoria Falls, goes to the airport, walks to the Devil's Pool, and goes back, spending less than $100. We want to change that. We want to make Victoria Falls the place to be. And eventually, we're going to build one of the biggest malls in the world. If you are in South Africa, if you're in UK, and all you're doing is at the end of the month, you're left with $100 or $50 in your bank, or you're left with the big debts. We want that to to end. Now, let me read this comment. Farai, I want to laugh because the question you've asked me. So during the day, I get a lot of calls from guys. So guys say to me, why don't you come to our village? And they tell me the name of the village. I don't want to mention them because obviously some of these conversations are confidential. We want to do Victoria Falls because there is a value. So if you build a cottage in the Victoria Falls, the amount of money you're going to make from rentals is staggering. You're going to make a lot of shocking money. People are going to rent your house. Right now, people are going to Zambia to rent houses because there's no accommodation in Victoria Falls. It's embarrassing what the guys in Victoria Falls have been doing. There's been no developing of housing. We want to develop so much housing, schools, malls, amenities, so that Victoria Falls becomes the place to be. So this is what we want to do. We want to demonstrate that we are capable. It's embarrassing what has been happening in our country. We go to other people's countries, we contribute to their economies, and we do nothing for ourselves. So this is what we want to do. And guys, these are not promises. By January, most of you should be able to start. If we get the necessary approvals, you should be able to start building on free land. So get ready. Don't buy a TV with your credit card. Don't go on holiday with your credit card. Take your credit card, spend 5,000 on some panels and build a cottage, which you're going to rent out. And every year you're going to make 2,000 from that cottage. When you fly into Zimbabwe, you're not going to go to other people's houses. You're going to fly into the Victoria Falls airport and you're going to go and visit Victoria Falls. You're going to visit Hwange. You're going to jump into Zambia and visit Livingstone. You're going to jump and visit Namibia. Those are the kind of things that we want you to do so that you make money. And what is the value? Why is Gambako doing this? This is my way of paying back to you guys for the support that you've given us. In 2010, when I came back from the United States of America, that is 14 years ago, I started Gambako Media. And the vision that we have is to transform our country. Guys, we want to have a high-speed rail. Most of you have contributed to me traveling to Zambia, traveling to Botswana. When I went to the United States, people took money from their pocket and sent me to the United States. And right now, everything that I'm doing is got the massive support of all of you, including the guys who are giving us land, the guys who are working with us, the guys who are partnering with us. They're doing it out of the goodness of their heart. And the community of Victoria Falls will never be the same again. We don't want the community of Victoria Falls, the community of Hwange, to be what it is. Do you know how much minerals are there in Hwange? How many tourists are coming to Vic Falls. It's a shame that people are that poor in that region. We want to transform this region and we want to make it amazing. Mkoma Tabane is saying, sorry, I meant, how is Victoria Falls Rural District Council going to benefit from this initiative? Not Victoria Falls Rural District Council. It's called Wange Rural District Council. So the district council, the council, the town council is different from Wange. And all these things that we're doing, they're happening inside Wange Rural District Council, and they're obviously going to get rates and levies. So you must understand that when you build a house, when you charge rent, you are also going to pay a small portion. Water that is going to be drawn is also going to be paid for. It doesn't mean like when I give you free land, you're going to be living for free. So guys, you must understand. Mkoma, I don't know if it's Mkoma or Miss, but they say you want to be part of this project. Go to gambago.com housing. We're going to sort out that link. Guys have been telling me that there are problems with the link. We'll sort it out. So I think I've said enough for today. 16 minutes. I'm talking longer than Makandiwa. So let's try to keep it short and not keep going. And what is amazing is today I've even been offered land inside town, Victoria Falls town. Guys, can you believe it? There are guys who called me today and say they have got land in the low density. I've got land here and there. Do not sit with land. If you're in Victoria Falls, if you've got land, let's work together. Let's make this city a success. Let's make this a model that is going to make us successful. And remember, the bigger picture is real. We want to make our country connected. We want to connect Victoria Falls to Harare. We want to connect Victoria Falls through the Zambezi to Kariba. We want to have a military city between Kariba and Victoria Falls around Binga. So the development that is going to come through is amazing. It's stunning. And our country will never be the same again. So our country will never be the same again. The small baby steps that we're taking right now, what we're building upon, is going to transform our country. It's going to make us very, very successful. So what am I saying now? We're going to be coming, obviously, directly to you, and we're going to be working on documentation behind the scenes. We're also going to be working on due diligence. We're going to be working on the necessary planning, and you're going to slowly see us making Victoria Falls the most popular address in the whole of Zimbabwe. With Gambago Media, this is all possible. Victoria Falls is going to be the most popular address in Zimbabwe. If you're in Harare, get ready for a house to lose value. If you're in Borodobrook, get ready to move to the new address, which is Victoria Falls. We're going to make it so nice. We're going to make it a place where you can live, not just visit. And we're going to connect our country throughout with high-speed rail. So in the long run, by 2040, you're going to see high-speed rail. You're going to see a Zimbabwe where you don't have to leave and go to other countries because of homecoming. So register here, go over there and register your name. We now have more than 500 people. We want 1,000 people on this list. Mkoma, you want my WhatsApp number over here? Please don't WhatsApp me, guys. Don't WhatsApp me, guys, because I'm getting to the point where I can't get through all the WhatsApps. Just go here and put your name there. We're going to contact you directly. We're going to make you sign some forms, and you are not going to pay for land. And then Mkoma James says, prove that. What's the proof? Let me see Mkoma James. Mkoma James wants me to prove something. Let's see what you're saying. For some reason, I'm not seeing this comment. Let me put it here. Prove kuti free land. All land of Zimbabwe belongs to the president. Parongba Kroa Begi. Zim I will get involved. Mark my words. Zim I is no one. Zim I, Simbachikanza, come and get a piece of land from this project. We'll give you. I am promising you, Simbachikanza, if you go and register there, we'll give you a piece of land. You build a house, and you will never pay a cent. There is no one in Victoria Falls projects, homecoming projects, who is going to pay a cent for land. And this is a promise. I'm promising this to all of you guys. No one is going to pay land, a price for land. There is a business model behind what we're doing, but it's not selling you land. Never will we sell land to anyone. And I promise this, you can take this to the bank. This is 5 December 2024. Take a snippet of what I'm saying now, and we'll never take this, you change this approach. You will never pay for land, and you're going to make a lot of money. And most of you, this is how you're going to come home. I promise you, you're going to thank me. You're going to thank Gambakwe for what we're doing here. You're going to thank a lot of people that are working with behind the scenes. So, guys, I would like to thank you for all that you've been saying and doing. National High Speed Rail. It's a real company. It exists. It's not just a logo. There is a real company called National High Speed Rail that exists right now. And this company is going to be life-changing for most Zimbabweans. And it's amazing. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Do not forget, if you have not done so already, go over there and register yourself. If your husband is not registering himself, do it if you're the wife. Make sure that there's a future for your kids. Do not be stuck in a foreign country, staying in a little flat and struggling every day. You know what is happening in Canada. Guys, it's making me so sad. Guys are paying 2,000 Canadian dollars for rent for a little 1-bedroom. And most of them are working 2-3 jobs just to be able to pay rent. That time is over. If you're in the UK, you're working 2 jobs. If you're in Canada, you're working 2 jobs. If you're in Australia, you're working 2 jobs. Or you're struggling over there. Let's make it work. Come home, guys. And Mama Ino said you have signed. That's amazing. Guys, thank you for all the faith and trust that you've shown us. And thank you to everyone that is seeing the vision. I'm not the first. Funny enough, there are many people who have been on this road longer than I have been. You can imagine, I was talking to some of the guys at the Wange Road Council this week. And I can see the excitement that they have on this project. So someone saying they cannot see the link. So let's see what we can do here. Forms.google.com. I'm going over there. Guys, I'm going to be your neighbor. And the funny thing is, most of you guys don't understand something. I'm not a person that you're saying like, who is that guy or this person. I'm not what do you call this? A celebrity. Imagine that. I'm not a celebrity. I'm sent to you by God to make sure that things work. God has seen our country and God wants us to have change. So I've sent the link right now to the form. If you click on the link that I've sent right now, so on the comments, you'll be able to go into the form and you'll be able, you see that link there? That is the form. You'll be able to go into this form. If you are failing, to go to gambako.com housing and you'll be able to register yourself. This is homecoming. This is happening, and it's happening in your lifetime. Free land to Zimbabweans in the diaspora. Amazing stuff, and it's happening. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'll see you in the morning at 5 a.m. as we talk about the news. And as I said, we're going to turn down a little bit. Very soon you'll be able to hear Mnangagwa Alkurava and Zara. Those statements are going to end very soon because it's not Mari and the Mdara Anigasacha Urava and Zara because it's not Katsira. So slowly we're going to turn down a little bit, especially when I move to Zimbabwe within the next few months. We're going to turn down. My friends in my military, they were saying to me, Gambakwe, take it easy. My jokes are asifani, Gambakwe. So I'm listening to you, my brothers in the military. I'm going to turn down a little bit and we're going to work together So guys, do not be afraid. This is going to do well. And I'm not going to be everything on this project. There's going to be structures around it. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And